In the United States, a degree is not simply an academic experience. We believe in educating the whole person, and a lot of that education takes place outside the classroom.
I really enjoy having international students in the classroom because they really bring another depth of knowledge to the rest of the students that are in the classroom. For example, they'll be able to talk about in terms of a supply chain when things are sourced from another country. They can actually give us the touch and feel of what that country is like. And so the other students enjoy the interaction with the international students as well.
TCU has this great learning environment that not only fosters close relationships with one another, but also helps you grow as a person and a scholar in your field of study.
We are a ranked business school that puts forth a lot of resources for our students. There's a lot of opportunities for international students.
The professors at TCU just go out of their way to help you. For me, I'm thankful for the professors I've had.
At the beginning, it's really important that the students make contact with their faculty, to tell them that they're from another country, and to ask them what resources there are available for them as they begin to study.
Working with a group of 3 students, 2 of which are international. One is from China and one is from Albania, and we're all working to try to perfect gyroscopes downhole. Also converting a Porsche 914 to an electric vehicle. So we ripped the engine out of it. It still has the transmission. Several students are involved in that. That's an extracurricular activity.
I definitely go to a lot of football games. I went to every single home game last fall.
International students at TCU really do buy into the U.S. cultural experience, and so we've had just an amazing experience in the last few years.
The sports here really bring all the students together, and we'll have like a sense of community here.
I got a few friends who got here last semester, and they were from different universities, 1 outside the country and 3 from here from the States, and they didn't believe how everything and everybody wears purple. The chairs are purple, in the living rooms the couches are purple, all of our friends wear purple to go to class. On Fridays, even at night, you get to see friends with boots that are purple. It's a great experience. Ponytails, ribbons, everything's purple. It's amazing. It's a great color.
Faith is a really good question. Faith is a really interesting component of study. What we hope for is to create an experience where students of different faith traditions study together and work together, because the reality is that faiths aren't going anywhere. You know, religions aren't going anywhere. They're not going to one day wake up and there's only one form of religion. The perfect design for us is that a student return home just as they came, except educated.
In all my syllabi, I mentioned that it's just not me giving them information, but that we are learning together as part of a process, because I learn as much from students as they'll learn from me.
You know, you get that opportunity to connect on campus by living on campus.
Being in the honors program is definitely a privilege, and there's a residential aspect and an academic aspect. As for the residential part, you get to live in Milton Daniel, which is honors residence hall. There's honors curriculum, you get to take honors classes, you get to enjoy interacting with your professors in a really small-sized class.
There's many opportunities for students to learn presentation skills, for example. It's part of the requirement through the business school that they complete 2 levels of a professional communications course, and that is something they do on their own time and so forth. So regardless what the native language is, the students really become adept at presenting in English a professional business.
My professor and me, we had like this challenge going on between each other, and I really did bad on his first test. So in order to get an A in that class, in my final, I needed a 190 out of 200. When she put up the grades, she actually emailed me saying, "Oh yeah, you proved me wrong, congrats, you got a 191. I was like, yes, I did it.
An international student can indeed do an internship, and so we have set up a course so that that course can be taken as an academic course, and therefore the international student can get academic credit for an internship off campus.
In the past, I've led the trip over to China for the last 4 years, and in that mix is usually several international students. And it was really unique last summer when we went. One of my students was from South America, and he actually visited a company that his father did business with while he was over in Guangzhou. So that was really interesting.
As I mentioned before, there are 2 international students working with me on the side, and one is a sophomore and one is a junior, but everybody as a senior works on a design project for an entire year as part of a team. All the students do, and many of the students find that that's a springboard to their employment opportunities.
Whether international students want to be or not, they somewhat arrive as sort of tiny unpaid ambassadors. Finally, what they're here for is not just to get an education, but to take that education back home with them to their countries and to be leaders there.